So we're in June now. The weather is supposed to be warming up, and we're still very, very cold, and the end doesn't look like it's in sight. Last few years, the weather's been a bit topsy-turvy as well, and obviously it can be linked to climate change. So as sustainability and sort of climate experts and helping companies out, I feel like we should ask you exactly what you think it is and have your insights on it. So let's start with you, Mike.
Yeah, it's funny. I think I've seen a lot of things online recently about where's this global warming, or like this is proof that global warming isn't as bad, or all this sort of rhetoric. And it's that thing that people forget, that weather doesn't mean climate, right? Mm-hmm. Like, just because you have a rainy day one day doesn't mean that you are a completely raining climate country, I guess.
Actually, the more rain means actually higher climate change, because if you have warmer weather and warmer atmosphere, it can hold more moisture, and therefore you get more rain. So,
well, yeah, that's a good point. And I guess that's the whole thing of climate change, is that it's just going to create more extremes. Mm-hmm. So, ironically, it's not extremely cold, but for what we're used to, it's relatively. We're having higher rain. Mm-hmm. Like, we probably all noticed this, like thicker rain, heavier rain.
Yeah.
And then we're also getting places which just the raining seasons are shortening. They're not getting as much water. I think, like, if you look at Spain, this year by February they were freaking out about the droughts.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
And yeah, okay, last year was 30 degrees in June, but that isn't historically normal, is it? So it's like, it's not year on year that you look at things and go, that's climate. It's that 10, 20, 30 years.
It's also doing that classic human thing of only looking at the world that revolves around us and not looking at the bigger picture of the whole world and what's impacting there, and not necessarily temperatures, but things like rising sea levels and other stuff.
Yeah, and like soil erosion and all that.
Yeah, and all the bleaching of the coral.
Yeah.
It's definitely signs out there.
Yeah. And it is that frustration of being myopic.
Yeah.
In the same way as when we talk to clients, it's like they get frustrated because they're just looking at what they have to do, not realising that if we all collaborate and do small changes, that makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. And the same with the weather. You have these small changes of colder months, hotter months, but overall that's a big shift of 1.5, or where horrible we're at now. Yeah, the climate's going to get weirder.
It's going to get
not
weirder.
just warmer.